Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time. It is the afternoon hour. Hello, and welcome to the Wednesday, middle of the week episode of yours truly, Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one, the only Philly Pete. Today is June 24th, and we are live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this brand new episode. This show, as always, before we get started here, MyBookie.ag. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you about MyBookie.ag. Sports are coming back right around the corner, as we all know. Next month from now, we got NBA playoffs and we got the NHL playoffs as well. Football right around the corner. So if you want to get on to the action, MyBookie.ag is the place to be. They're going to match your deposit up to $1,000 when you use the promo code 12ounce sports. That's 12OZ sports when signing up. You don't want to miss your chance to cash that ticket during the NHL and NBA playoffs with help from your friends at 12 Ounce Sports, including yours truly, Philly Pete. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, please go into mybookie.ag. Use that promo code 12 Ounce Sports. That's 12OZ Sports, all one word, when making your deposit today, and they will match you up to $1,000. 12 Ounce Sports is the home for the best live talk shows and sports broadcasts, including yours truly, Pete's Power Plays. You know you can catch my show and all the others on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, but now you can also watch it live on Zingo TV. Zingo TV has added 12 Ounce Sports to their long list of channels, and now, if you're on your smart TV, just download the app and flip to channel 761. That's 761 to catch all of our live 12 Ounce Sports programming plus replays. All you gotta do is download Zingo TV and use the promo code 12 Ounce, 12OZ, once again, all one word. When signing up, it is that darn simple. Please be sure to check out our latest blogs and podcasts as well on 12OunceSportsRadio.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, real quick before I get into the show, I'm going to talk about AEW Dynamite. My wife Gina will be on tap in about 10 minutes to talk about tonight's brand new episode of AEW Dynamite, the show right before Fyter Fest, which comes on next Wednesday. One of two events for back-to-back Wednesdays. Should be very, very interesting and a very, very loaded card as well tonight. I'm also going to give her the 2-minute minor question of the day in regards to who she thinks from a women's side of view when it comes to the Stanley Cup Finals, who she likes. It really comes down to colors and logos, but let's be honest here. I can tell you one team that she's already guaranteeing will make the Stanley Cup, and it's pretty darn biased to me, if you say the least. So it's all good. She'll be on in about 10 to 15 minutes. But I want to get involved with the updated NHL news. I know yesterday I briefly talked about the 6 remaining hub cities to host the NHL playoffs. But real quick, I want to get into these 4 major sports leagues that will be in late July as currently scheduled. Per sources, the NBA resumes. The NBA will resume play on July 30th. About a couple weeks ago, it was supposed to be July 31st. They upgraded it to a day, so July 30th for the NBA. Obviously, we have baseball coming back, 60-game season. I'm not really sure how the Phillies are going to be this year. To me, honestly, I think this is going to be a wash of a year. They're not going to be good. The NL East is really, really good, and they're up and coming this year. You have Atlanta, you have the Mets, you have the Nationals, the reigning World Series champions, and then, of course, the Florida or the Miami Marlins. So, they'll win the Marlins games and the Mets games, but let's be honest here. Right now, it's just a crapshoot with the Phillies. And then they also play the AL East team, so it doesn't get much easier than that when you have the Yankees, Blue Jays involved. So, and of course, the up-and-coming Tampa Bay Rays as well. So these Phillies are in a deep world of trouble when this season starts. So I don't see much coming out of them this season. However, MLB, welcome back, July 24th. NHL, late July, now into early August. So I've been hearing about July 30th, July 31st, the same time as NBA goes off. But now they're having terms of early August, maybe the first week of August now, due to the Phase 2 now, with 12 ice skaters in the rink now practicing at the same time, a doubled from 2 weeks ago. However, there's been more cases of the virus, as I said yesterday, with Austin Matthews from the Toronto Maple Leafs testing positive, as I wish him a speedy recovery. Also, 26 NFL teams report to training camp on July 28th, so about over a month from now, you will be seeing that. So, hey, more sports to look forward to, and I can't wait for all this to start happening. I cannot wait. So, real quick, into the NHL news, real quick, I want to just discuss that. Listen, out of nowhere, the NHL has confirmed that the 2020 NHL Draft Lottery will be taking place on Friday, June 26th at 8 p.m. on all major networks. So that is in a couple days. That is this Friday, June 26th at 8 o'clock. On all major networks, obviously, I will be tuning in to that, obviously. And, tomorrow I'll give a little bit of a rundown as well as to the projections and who I think will be the top 10 picks to get off the board when it comes to the NHL draft. So the league is actually going to go ahead, obviously, with the idea laddering team slots for the 8 losers in the non-playoffs play-in. So if Team C wins the lottery, their odds obviously are listed in the press release. But if Team C wins the lottery, we won't know which team it is until the play-in happens and another lottery between those 8 losers is conducted. It is very, very confusing, but for now, this is how it's going to be. If 3-letter teams win all 3 lotteries, they'll be organized by points percentage. So once again, it'll all correlate back to the letter of the team in general and those lotteries. Again, it comes back to the play-ins. But honestly, this is just putting the cart before the horse and then making the horse skip sideways out of an Austin Powers parking spot. This is just really, really funny. But, the analogies are there. They don't make much sense, and this is how I feel as well. This is very, very confusing to us hockey fans out there. But to say the least, I don't really care. We haven't had hockey in forever. We're going to go on to 4 months now with no hockey action whatsoever. It is what it is, but I am so, so thrilled that this is going to be happening, and I will be tuning in for sure on Friday. And of course, the winner of the 2020 NHL Lottery is the Detroit Red Wings. So the Detroit Red Wings, you guys are on the clock. Good luck on Friday. And, again, tune in on Friday, 8 o'clock. NBC Sports is going to be holding it, NHL Network as well, and Sportsnet will be holding this as well. So back to the hub cities and return to play. I know, like I said, I did mention there were 10 teams, host cities that were out there. They cut it down to 6, as I mentioned on the show yesterday. So, you have the potential. The list of potential NHL hub cities is down from 10 to 6, like I said. Pittsburgh and Dallas, they are being ousted. They are done as of yesterday. Obviously, Minnesota as well, and they're out of the running. So, like I said yesterday, real quick, I'll say it again. Las Vegas, Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto, Los Angeles, and Chicago are the potential destinations for the hub cities for the playoffs. And I did say this about a month ago, that my guesses here would be that Toronto would represent one hub city, and Las Vegas will represent the other hub city. So they're still in the running. We'll see if my prediction is right, and we will go from there. So 6 cities remain. There has been a lot of jockeying from owners, media, local government officials, and a hope of lobbying the NHL to come to their city. Obviously, we know Edmonton has been going really, really, really extremely hard with the tactic of selling Edmonton as a beautiful destination by making videos, posting pictures featuring all the cities in Edmonton, the landmarks that are obviously hours away from Edmonton. The Rocky Mountains are further from Edmonton than the Grand Canyon is from Vegas, for crying out loud. So I'm telling you right now, this is a very, very good promotion for Edmonton here. More and more people will actually lean that way, because I don't see it from any other cities that are trying to host the playoffs besides Edmonton doing the balls to the wall that they can to get the hub city destination there. Toronto obviously has been reported that their bubble proposal isn't contained enough, and their owners have come back with a better proposal using the city's exhibition grounds and home of the AHL, Toronto Marlies, among other secluded areas. So that will be a host as well if it is in Toronto. So we will see what happens. But, to make a guess here, Vegas, Vancouver, and Edmonton have somewhat pulled ahead of Toronto. But the MLSC is trying to answer the NHL and NHLPA concerns, obviously. But, like I said, I'm sticking to my 2 originals, Toronto and Las Vegas, as my 2 sites that will hold the NHL playoffs. So TSN, on the other hand, is trying to cure Vegas and Vancouver as the front runners to set up shop. But they've been hitting pretty good with their proposals as well. So time will tell here. We're in a matter of moments until we find out. And now, when I go into the NHL CBA extension progress here, is the quietest story of the century. It looks like the NHL could already have a new CBA ready to go years ahead of time, or at least some sort of understanding in this situation here. But the NHL and NHLPA have been busy during this pause to get both their return to play protocol and CBA extension agreed upon. Both could require the full 800 player NHLPA vote, so some are wondering if the players will be asked to vote on both at the same time. So essentially, it's a 6-year extension, and it could be announced as early as the first week of July. So stay tuned to that. But all in all, it sounds like there will be a 20% cap on escrow, meaning that players will be guaranteed 80% of their salaries up front. As the league is preparing for a major revenue hit, it was vital to get this done as soon as possible. So the Olympics was another topic of conversation, though the process for now is unknown. So again, time will tell. So that basically will conclude my updated NHL news and highlights. Again, I'll be talking about this tomorrow. But once again, before I get her on the stage here, I want to just say that, first off, before we get into the AEW Dynamite talk, I got to tell you guys about MyBookie.ag. Sports are coming back like usual, and if you want to get in on the action, MyBookie.ag is the place to be. They're going to match your deposit up to $1,000 when you use the promo code 12ounce sports. That's 12OZ sports, all one word, when signing up. That's again, 12OZ sports when signing up on MyBookie.ag. You don't want to miss your chance to quote-unquote cash that ticket during the NHL and NBA playoffs with help from your friends at 12 Ounce Sports, including yours truly, Philly Pete. Use promo code 12 Ounce Sports when signing up to MyBookie.ag to get your deposit matched up to $1,000. 12 Ounce Sports is your home for the best live talk shows and sports broadcasts. You know you can catch my show, Pete's Power Plays, and all the others on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. But now you can watch live on Zingo TV. Zingo TV has added 12 Ounce Sports to their long list of channels, and now if you're on your smart TV, just download the app, flip to channel 761 to 761 to catch all of our live 12 Ounce Sports programming, plus all of our replays. All you gotta do is download Zingo TV and use the promo code 12 Ounce. That's 12OZ when signing up. It's that simple. Be sure to check out our latest blogs and podcasts as well on 12ouncesportsradio.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. AEW Dynamite Dark last night was really good as well. Very good 9 matches. I know it was quick hour, 15-minute show, but it was really good. So tonight, AEW Dynamite, the last show before Fyter Fest next week. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce the queen on the ice herself, my wife, my other half, Gina Tucci. Gina, welcome back. How you doing?
Hold your applause. I'm good. Thank you.
That's good to hear. I'm glad you're back on. Real quick, I am locking you up for the Philly Pete's 2-minute minor question of the day. Real quick, it is starting right now. So, from a women's aspect, I know you all love, when it comes to sports, you pick on colors, you pick logos.
That's right.
And mascots. So, the NHL playoffs, obviously, is my specialty. So, when it comes to this, who are you picking to go to the Stanley Cup Finals?
Well, Philly, I'll do you one better. I will pick who I think is in the Stanley Cup Final, and I will pick the winner.
Okay. Well,
all right, you ready?
Ahead. Let's do it.
All right. Well, absolutely. You know, this is a no-brainer. I'm a hometown girl. Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah. No shock there. I know we're biased.
Yes. All right. So my other choice is Las Vegas.
All right. So the Las Vegas Golden Knights represent the West.
I do like their mascot. I like their colors. So I think they will be in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's going to be Philly that's going to win. Sorry.
All right.
Well, sorry to everybody else out there, but Philly's going to win as I pick them every year.
All right. Well, there you go. Bias at its finest at the Tucci residence here. Gina says that she will represent the Philadelphia Flyers from the Eastern Conference versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights in the Western Conference for the Lord Stanley's Cup for this season's playoffs. And, of course, the winner, long and behold, the orange and black themselves, the Broad Street Bullies, the Philadelphia Flyers. So, Gina, Thank you so much for being
You're
part
welcome.
of the 2 Minute Minor, and you are out of the box.
Ah,
So, AEW Dynamite tonight. We have a very, very good card tonight. Couple good matches. It's been a very long, torrid week for professional wrestling. AEW obviously comes back, but no Sammy Guevara, no Jimmy Havoc. Both AEW performers were caught up in the hugely important hashtag Speaking Out movement and have been rightfully dealt with. So, this is we'll dive in and find out. But to me, Sammy Guevara, being the young guy that he is, very, very immature with his statements here. Jimmy Havoc as well. They are suspended until further notice. Again, I believe it'll probably be at least a month as a typical minimal wrestling suspension. How do you feel about that?
what exactly did Jimmy Havoc do? I know the Sammy Guevara story.
It was a sexual assault.
I was really. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that obviously they're young males,
Yes.
and they, sorry to all you young males out there, but you do have egos. Like, trust me, we all lived through that stage. But obviously it wasn't right, and they should be reprimanded. And you know what? I think Sasha Banks should kick his ass. Really, I think she would really do well with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So so we won't have those two tonight. So going into the matches real quick, we have FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler versus the Natural Nightmares of Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall alongside Allie and Brandy Rhodes. What do you think about that match?
They're both baby faces, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, I think the FTR will win because I think Allie will somehow interfere. Although I hope Brandy knocks her out. That would be good.
Yeah, I agree there too. This is a matter of time here. It's a more of a heavy tag team show here tonight, and I just think FTR is here to stay. Obviously, they're going to be getting really, really good opponents, and they're going to be fighting another big win here in Tally for FTR. They're going to gain some momentum here, and the dreamy match against the Young Bucks, I think, is going to be coming very, very soon. So I look ahead to FTR and Young Bucks in the future. Jon Moxley in action tonight before Fyter Fest. We saw Brian Cage in action last night. What do you think about Mox tonight?
Who's he fighting again?
We have no idea yet.
He's
going to be in action, so probably some random wrestler.
I always enjoy watching him come from random places in the arena, coming down. I think he's a great fighter. I loved him on WWE. I think he's even better on AEW. So looking forward to that.
Yeah. So Brian Cage versus Jon Moxley, obviously at Fyter Fest.
Fyter Fest, that's right.
For the AEW Championship match, we know Taz will be alongside. A great coach, advocate, mentor of Cage. Just kind of reminds me of Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. So he's doing his best to play mind games with Jon Moxley. But again, Taz will be on commentary during Mox's match. So we'll see what happens. I fully expect to see Brian Cage come out at some point just to do a little showdown, lockdown of eyes, and see what happens. Brody Lee and Colt Cabana versus yours truly, Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss. These two have been phenomenal as tag teams right now, Janela and Kiss. I like what they've been doing. They're undefeated as tag team right now, and I think they continue their stride tonight as well. And I think they do get an upset win over Brody Lee and Colt Cabana. Gina, real quick, what do you think about this matchup? A very intriguing matchup.
Well, last night they were phenomenal.
Yes.
I cannot wait to watch them again.
Yeah.
That's Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss. Cannot wait to see them again tonight. So, they're awesome tag team, like it or not.
They really are. What do you think about Colt Cabana possibly joining the Dark Order? How do you feel about that?
I can't see him doing that. I mean, he's just like a very upbeat wrestler. He's got a couple funny moves that he does. I can absolutely 100% cannot see him doing that.
Yeah, I agree there too. I think I just think this will be adding more tag teams to an already large division as is. But again, who cares about the situation? I don't think Cabana's going to join Dark Order. He's too funny of a guy and too much of a babyface to do that. And I think Janela and Sonny Kiss end up winning this match and continue their momentum as tag teams. So Gina agrees. I'm all in. It should be a phenomenal match. Also, we have a press conference with Cody Rhodes tonight. He is not fighting tonight for his belt, but at Fyter Fest, he will be fighting Jake Hager, a member of the Inner Circle, for the TNT Championship belt. What do you think about that match come next week?
That's going to be a really very physical match. Jake Hager is obviously ginormous, but I think Cody Rhodes has more of the fan base and more of a heart. And as I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think he's very respectful towards his opponents, and I don't think Jake Hager would be any different. So I'm definitely going to pick Cody on that one.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Cody is going to be the quote unquote John Cena from the US Championship belt. I think he's going to hold this for a very, very long time. But this segment tonight with the press conference with Cody, he'll address obviously the Fyter Fest coming up. Jake Hager, he's supposed to make an appearance as well. Not much more to add here. Expect some talking and probably a potential brawl at some point at the end of the situation. Crap talking to each other, and an eventual separation. So, obviously Arn Anderson will be there live as well. So we'll see what happens in this situation here. We know Matt Hardy was supposed to fight Sammy Guevara tonight. Obviously, with the situations with Sammy Guevara and his quote-unquote immaturity and his basically his issues that he had on social media regarding Sasha Banks of the WWE, he is suspended, like I said earlier, for further notice. Mm-hmm. So Matt Hardy will be fighting Santana, who is also one of the two of the tag team with Ortiz, and of course members of the Inner Circle. Also, it's funny, there's a vote right now on Twitter as to what Matt you should see for tonight. Broken Matt, Unkillable Matt, or Old School Matt. I don't even care. I just like the fact that this is going to be a good matchup. Sammy Guevara, Gina and I both love him. He's a great wrestler. He's talented in many ways. Up and coming years to come. But Santana is still another great wrestler as well. Great physical guy. But with this to keep it interesting, I don't know. I like to see an Old School Matt. We've been seeing a lot of broken Matts lately, but Old School Matt would be good here. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
It's hard to keep track of all of them, all of the Matts, but I don't even know what to say. Whatever Matt Hardy it is, it'll be good. It'll be good. He's a great wrestler. He's been around for 100 years, so it'll be good.
Yeah, I think so too. This will be a great match. But like I said, Santana will be stepping in for Sammy Guevara tonight, obviously, and I think that we're expecting to see a good match. This week, the fans will get to vote, obviously, like I said, so I just expect more of a fun match here than anything. So I like Matt Hardy tonight to win, and Gina, I'm sure, is probably on the same boat.
I am.
Right.
I am.
So here we go, the Lumberjack match, the match of the night that I'm looking forward to big time. Luchasaurus, 1/3 of the Jurassic Express versus Wardlow, MJF's entourage. I can't wait for this matchup. This is going to be one hell of a match tonight on Dynamite. Again, this should be great. A true big man monster match. Lumberjacks out of nowhere. We know Lumberjack matches are phenomenal. You have about 20 wrestlers outside the ring ready to kick butt. But for months now, we know that they've been feuding with Wardlow and MJF. We're going to see another match between Jungle Boy and MJF at some point. But this, I thought this was going to be the end once Double or Nothing happened. But clearly, as we saw more Dynamites and Darks, we knew that at some point Wardlow would fight Luchasaurus. And here we are. Match of the night. And the big boys go at it in a Lumberjack match. I love Luchasaurus here. I think Luchasaurus wins this one. Gina, who do you think?
Well, I first want to say that I'm a little disappointed we don't see too much of Wardlow's fighting abilities. I think he's definitely underrated.
Yeah.
And glad he is fighting, and I hope that they use him more.
Yeah.
Let me make it interesting. I think I'll pick Wardlow.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the alarm. The alarm is going off as we have another husband versus wife battle bet of the night for AEW. I'm taking Luchasaurus. The wife is taking Wardlow, and she's right. I mean, we haven't seen Wardlow fight in a very long time. I think the last time we saw him was when he fought Cody Rhodes back in, I think it was Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that pay-per-view. It was a little while ago, so it's good to see him back in action. This is going to be a match of the night, and I look forward to this big time. I'm just curious to see what lumberjacks are going to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's faces that we haven't seen before or whatnot, but it should be fun. And last but not least, Jericho and Orange Cassidy, Le Champion. Orange Cassidy has proven himself to be something for AEW Dynamite. Obviously, we know his antics. He, you know, even, you know, like I said, the main event against Chris Jericho tonight will be fun. And Cassidy is a veteran of the game. You know, decade of experience. Jericho, the late champion, will be Chris Jericho / the late champion. It's going to be a very comedy wrestling, as good as anyone will get. And obviously, it'll benefit Cassidy big time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to miss this one either. This is going to be fun. But to me, I just think that it's going to be too much Chris Jericho in what should be a great match and funny match at the same time. But I'm taking the late champion. Gina, real quick, who do you like?
Well, I wanted to say it would be great to just hear Chris Jericho's intro instead of Sammy Guevara singing the whole intro. So that's a plus. Yeah. And I've definitely taken Orange Cassidy on this one.
All right, great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the episode of Pete's Power Plays. Hope everyone has a phenomenal day and be back tomorrow. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.